Hey everyone, Nick's here and welcome to the playthrough of Dino Crisis Part 5. So I did think I was going to finish this today, but apparently not. I'm actually recording this the same day as Part 4. I wanted to get it out of the way because I'm so close to the end now, and I just wish I thought I'd be able to condense it into Part 4, but apparently not. So yeah, let's continue doing it. So last time yesterday, we made the initializer and stabilizer after finding Dr. Kirk, after he brutally murdered someone by shooting them in the head, and their unrealistic brown blood splattered all over the place, even though it shouldn't have. And wow, Django, really Django, that was such a fail. You missed. You're not going to read this today, I'm afraid, my friend. So I definitely should be able to finish this within 10 minutes, 15 minutes tops, and then we have about, what, maybe a 10-minute CGI cutscene. I don't believe it's that long, so, but I will be talking throughout the video. I don't, excuse me, but during these playthroughs, I'm definitely just going to be talking throughout the whole thing. Obviously, this whole copyright issue is one reason why I'm doing it, but also because, it's a playthrough. I'm hoping that you're here to watch me play and listen to me. You're here for me as well as the game, and you're here for the commentary. So that's why I'm talking throughout the cutscenes. If you want to watch the cutscenes without anyone talking, there are probably many videos of this game when people aren't talking over the cutscene. But it's quite an old game, and I don't see any point in not talking over them because the whole point of my playthrough is the commentary as well as playing through the game. And now I think I've repeated myself enough. So after we've got the system ready, making the ID card makes that possible. So you have to make the ID card, otherwise it will come up with the whole thing as last time you need a special key card, as the computer says, which makes so much sense. Such a professional computer, you need a special key card. It doesn't make any sense why some government thing would say that. Now we're going to skip putting the initializer in first, which is down that drawbridge, and the reason I'm skipping it first, and the reason that you have to do really, is you can put the stabilizer inside the generator, but you can't activate the computer because you have to do the initializer first. And I forgot to mention that they spelled initializer and stabilizer wrong, because it's the American way of spelling it, which is with a Z, which is not technically the correct way you spell those. But I know that British English is different to American English. But I'm just saying British English was around first. So just saying, people. Not trying to cause a commotion or anything. I'm just saying. Can't stand it when words aren't spelt properly. I'm British, I like my words to be spelled properly. So I have to put an initializer in, which is the big chunky one. And put that in, and it goes very epically. This is actually really slow. They really could have sped this up a bit more, or save us this whole silly little loading scene. I think it's just because I really want to speedrun this game, and you can't skip these little cutscenes at all. None of the cutscenes in this game you can skip, which is a real pain. Now that crate there, I believe, contains an anode or a plug. I love this. This giant whatever this is, it has no purpose, comes out of a solid wall. It's hilarious. It just makes me laugh. There's literally no hole for it to come out of. It literally just comes out of this wall, like this imaginary hole in the wall. It's brilliant. Capcom, your sense of realism is beautiful. I love it. I'm actually uploading. This was also a test to see if I could upload while recording, and apparently I can. I'm not streaming at the moment because I know that would be too taxing on my internet to upload to YouTube and stream at the same time, and I knew the stream would be incredibly terrible. Incredibly terrible. I did say that right. Terribly credible. My words are very slurred this afternoon. In fact, they all usually end up being slurred anyway. Slurred, whatever. I'm going to drop that now. So now we're going to run over and put the stabilizer in, and then we can activate the third energy. a machine, and then we have to go and activate it again. Like, this is just the setup. This is just activating the whole setup. Then we go and activate the machine properly. So yeah, and then we have another cutscene where it loads it in, and it's all very interesting. Not. But, yeah. But yes, apparently I can upload while recording, so I think I might take advantage of that. My laptop doesn't seem to be under too much strain. Poor thing, 4 years old now. It's starting to, the years are starting to take their toll on it. I'll have to upgrade eventually. But it's doing well for now, don't worry, my little Acer. I won't upgrade you yet. I think I do plan on next time getting a gaming PC, or at least a proper desktop. I'm not a big fan of the new consoles, the new console generation. I think it's very pointless. I don't see why they've bothered, to be honest. I think the Xbox 360 could do another couple of years. And the thing is, now the reason they haven't been making a lot of money, to me, is that they just haven't been bringing out enough games. These companies, I mean, Sony and Microsoft are so ignorant because they think that they need to bring out new hardware, but I mean, this hardware doesn't even beat the current desktop gaming PCs. It'd just be better. Like, it's not about the hardware; it's about the software. At the end of the day, it's not the console that you're going to remember. It's the games on the console. They just need to focus on bringing out more games. There just wasn't enough games at least this year. There hasn't really been any notable games for me. You know, just the same milking of Assassin's Creed, and just like the billion titles. I mean, Assassin's Creed became Call of Duty with its yearly release, and we know how terrible Call of Duty is. I mean, they literally copy and paste each year. I mean, it's not a highly developed game. If you make a game within a year, it's not exactly. That's not exactly a proper game, is it? It's a very rushed game, is what it is, and that's why the Call of Duty games continuously suck more and more each year. And going back to Lightning Returns, actually, I mean, that game is incredibly rushed because 13.2 came out 2 years ago, and now Lightning Returns is soon to come out. It's an incredibly rushed game, and that just angers me because it's a series that I really like, and I hate when they rush games like that and ruin them. So we've turned on the initializer now, we've turned on the third energy generator, and sadly it ends up with Gail. Apparently the generator's really powerful now, and it's oh yes, of course, we've overloaded the generator, so that's why the whole place is shaking.
What was the point in saving me? How pathetic.
I love how, like, Dr. Kirk stands around and sort of taunts Gail before he leaves. And, no, poor Gail. I don't think he'd really be bleeding that badly. I mean, I know it would have crushed him. Well, not crushed him, but it would have pinned him down. I don't think it really would have made him bleed that much. A little bit over the top with the blood there, Capcom. Very unrealistic in many places. So now the whole place is shaking because the third energy generator is like... Well, that's just the interpretation. I'm not entirely sure what the third energy generator would actually do in Overload. So I have to go and save Gail now, because Regina obviously knows that Gail's hurt because she's telepathic and she knows these things. I love his sign on the door. Don't bother me. I love that. This is brilliant. Don't bother me, imbeciles.
Gail.
Okay.
I love how she just sort of kneels in front of him and just talks to him, just lets him stay there in pain under this conduit. And she's just like, okay, yeah, you in pain by any chance? Gail, oh no, I'll just kneel here and watch you like fade into unconsciousness. And I don't know how she managed to pull that large piece of pipe off of him, but apparently she's like, not only is she a workhorse, she's got muscles. She's got muscles. She's muscly Regina.
Overload levels are increasing. Just a little more. Looking good.
Awesome sauce. And we can get out of here.
Gail. What happened to me?
I just love their reactions. Like in these old games, some of the voiceover work, it is hilarious. It is hilarious. Oh, angry typing. Rick is back to angry typing. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. I don't remember it being that close. I don't remember the time you won me Warpy stuff being that close, but okay. What's weird to me is how would they know that overloading the generator would get rid of that? Wouldn't surely overloading the generator would just cause even more timey-wimey warpy things, wouldn't it? Because that was what happened. That was the what's the word I'm looking for? That was the effect, I guess. That's not really. That was the end effect of using the third energy generator the first time. So if you put it in overload, surely it would do what Dr. Kirk said, which is take the entire time warpy zoney thing across the entire island and have the whole facility be brought back to millions of years ago, or billions of years ago. But I guess it could work either way. Of course, these guys aren't scientists, but apparently they know how to work these things. And of course, Gail is still like just a jarhead military man. And here's our last choice in the game. If you do let Gail go, he does die. I'm just going to spoil it, but we're going to choose Rick's idea, so we're going to take him out. We're going to knock him unconscious.
Gail.
I'm sorry if I spoiled it for people. This game has been out, what, 10, 13 years? No, 14. G.I. Joke. Or G.I. Joe. I don't know if he said G.I. Joke or G.I. Joe there. I like G.I. Joke more. That's quite funny. Right, okay, so it's telling us to go to the boatyard, but we are not going to do that. Instead, we are going to go in a totally different way. If you remember when we went into the quarters of the scientists where they were sleeping, where we found Gail, who just said, "Dr. Kirk's got no place to hide now," and then he just walks out, and that's all he says. Well, there was a panel on the wall, and if you do try and use it when you're in there, it's actually quite subtle, so you could mistake it for just being part of the scenery. If you try and use it though, it says that you need a level A keycard, and the reason for that is because, well, you don't get the level A keycard till later in the game, but if you do try and use it before you do all this, then really, so usually you can walk past those guys in that there, but we're just gonna dart him because he's getting in our way and we're almost dead, and I don't think we have any. Oh, we do. We have one more med pack. That's good. Okay, right. So we're going to use this again. I think, but you can't use it until this point in the game, and the reason for that is it's for the secret ending. And oh, good God, Regina's bleeding. I don't have a hemostat, do I? Ooh. Okay, right. That's alright. Actually, luckily at the end of this corner, before we enter that room, there is a green box, and we do have plenty of plugs. So it'll be the first time. I didn't plan on using the boxes, but this will be the first time we do. And obviously in each box there's different things. In a red box there's usually ammo, in a green box there's health equipment usually, and darts. And we'll just take you out as well. How many have we got? Right, we've got 2 more. We'll just take you out as well. Just might as well use them all. We've got 1 more dinosaur to take out, so, and it saves us the hassle. Yes, we will use that. There we go, there's the hemostat, so we'll just put that there. And we'll put the med pack here. And we'll put the resuscitation here, and we'll put that there. And you can actually use them as storage as well, I believe, and you don't have to obviously use the plug again to open them. Alright, and then if we go to mix, the first time I actually showed the mixing thing, you can basically mix things together to make them stronger. So we're going to make a stronger med pack. So now we have a large med pack, we have 2 of them, and you can like add these together and make like a dart, which is a bit weak. And did we use that hemostat? We did. So she stopped bleeding now. And there's one more Velociraptor in here that we're going to take out with our last dart, and then we'll use the special thing. So where is he? There you go. Take that! And you do need a pen and paper for this, really. And luckily I have one. So it's the whole card game again, the code game again, with like the move-in thingy-majigs, the little flash cards. And it's fairly simple, really, but I like to write things down. You get 3 attempts at this, well, at least you can fail 3 times. On the 3rd time, I believe it locks you out. So, and we have Decacia. Yeah, that's awesome. D, E, C, E, A. Oh no! Okay. No, the code did not match, so we get 1 red mark for that. as you can see on the side there. We got 2 more attempts, and I didn't save, so I can't screw this up. So E. What's next? D. This is serious time, people. We must get this code right. So see, little mistakes like that can cost you, especially if you were speedrunning this game and you did that. You'd lose a good, what, 10-20 seconds maybe? And time is, every second counts on a speedrun. So this time it's E, D, C, C. And like I said last time we did this sort of puzzle, it's always randomised. Every time you play the game, it'll be a different code. So you can't just write them down and be like, ha 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 ha, I'm cheating the system. And we have to get this right 3 more times, and obviously each time it gets a little bit harder. But really, I think like I could do this without writing them down, but I'd just like to be on the safe side, especially since we're doing a playthrough here, and I'd like to get the special ending, because the special ending's the best. Everyone lives, well, except for Tom and Cooper, and you know, all the scientists that work here, and the dinosaurs. Yeah, not well. You know, most you know, the characters you care about live well. I mean, we don't really care about Gail, do we? And Rick has his moments where he's a bit of a prick, and then of course, you know, Dr. Kirk. Well, nobody cares about him. So, but Regina survives, and what? Oh no, I forgot the A. Ooh, this is interesting. I've never screwed this up. Okay, we cannot fail anymore. I seriously cannot fail. I have to concentrate now. Serious time, people. I want to get the special ending. I do. I can't believe I'm screwing this up this time. I always get this right, and no, we can't fail. We can't fail. But yeah, so that whole lightning returns rant will have to be for tomorrow now. I probably will record it tomorrow for me, that you will get it tomorrow when you're watching this, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Okay, so we have 4 B's and then a D. Oh, please don't get this wrong. Oh, good God. Oh, thank God. I didn't save, so we're in real big trouble if we I can't blame you guys. If I don't get this right, then we can't get to the special ending, and that just wouldn't be right. God, I really like to cut it close, don't I? That's an F. But yeah, I will definitely be getting that Lightning Returns rant out. Obviously, there might not be people that care about it, but like the Final Fantasy 13 series, really, you know, it's a game that, it's a series that I really like, and it's just really aggravating when you see one of your favourite series just get screwed up like that. I can think of many TV series where that's happened. F-A-E-F, E-F-C-C. Many of my favourite TV series where that's happened, like Dinotopia. If anyone's ever heard of Dinotopia, please be right. Oh, thank God. Dinotopia is basically, it's actually a series of books, and it's about this island on Earth that you cannot get to unless you cross a very dangerous storm that nobody really ever survives. The very lucky managed to survive the storm, and basically this island where dinosaurs live survived, and they actually live with humans. At least where humans live with them, and it's built up this society where humans live with dinosaurs. Only the herbivores, which eat vegetables, obviously, and obviously, and then you got like T-Rexes that are bad and they live in the outskirts and they eat people that sort of walk too far out. And it's an awesome series. And they made a mini TV series first, which did really well. It's like, no! Please don't say I'm locked out. Yeah. Oh God. I'm sorry, people. We have to. Okay, F. E. I think we have to go through this entire thing again now. That's because I'm talking. I apologise, everyone. I should be concentrating, shouldn't I? See, now this is like child's play. This is child's play, and I've screwed it up. But yeah, anyway, and so they made a mini TV series out of it. Which was basically like a 4-hour long movie split into 3 parts, which is awesome. And I love it when they do that. and it got really good ratings. And then they decided to make a proper TV series out of it, because they had these giant sets for this. Waterfall City was the main city in this society on the island, and it was like they actually made these giant sets for Waterfall City, and they made like a good portion of the city, and it was really big. And so obviously I guess they didn't really want to waste their money on the fact that they probably spent a lot of money building this Waterfall City, and since the mini TV series did well and they still had this set, they thought, okay, let's make a series out of it. And they changed all of the actors around, which a lot of people didn't like. I preferred the actors they brought in. I thought they were much better for the roles. But it tanked, and the series, I think they aired about 7 episodes, and then the rest of them never got aired, and you had to watch them on DVD. But I don't know why the series didn't do so well, because it was a good family fun series. But the way they ended the series, it ends on a cliffhanger. Basically there's these crystals. Obviously it's a bit of sci-fi. It's a fantasy, so you know. I think that last one was a C. I think I'm going to get this code wrong, because I don't know if I wrote down. Oh, please don't say I get this wrong. I apologise for how long this has taken me. I should have had this done by now. But they ended it on a cliffhanger where basically it follows the story of this family that end up on the island, and they want off. And when they hear about these crystals, they want to leave. And yes, it matched. Anyway, it finishes off where the mayor of Dinotopia and his wife, who's like the mayoress, I guess, they sort of take them to where the crystals are being hidden, and the crystals aren't there anymore. And it just ends on that note. That's how they finished the series. And of course, the series got taken down, and they weren't going to continue it, obviously, because it didn't do as well as the mini-series. And that was it. And they ended it off on a cliffhanger. And I was so angry when I finally got to watch that final episode that they ended it on a cliffhanger, because I'm thinking, really? Did you have to end it on a cliffhanger? I mean, I could probably find the book, and it'll probably continue on the story, because I think they went by the books entirely for the series. But it's just like, when you make something a physical viewable entity, like obviously turning a book into a film, and it doesn't meet your expectations, but obviously you can always go back to the books, it's always there. But now that it's a viewable physical entity, you just sort of wish that the physical viewable entity wasn't like that. And it's like that with Final Fantasy Lightning Returns. Like, I could make a fan fiction of how I'd like Final Fantasy 13 to actually happen, like what I'd like to happen after 13, what I would have wanted to happen. But at the end of the day, the games that, you know, the spin-offs, not sequels, the spin-offs are still there. Like Final Fantasy 13-2 is still there, and Lightning Returns will still be there, and I know that their stories are pretty much set in stone because they're now viewable material, they're playable material, and a fan fiction isn't going to change that. And I just sort of keep that in the back of my head, and it's really irritating to know that sort of thing. But there's plenty of games like Final Fantasy 12. I mean, that ended on quite a sweet note. You know, it ended, everything was tied up in the end, everything was finished. But I wanted more, and the ending, because it was so sweet and you know, a bit dramatic, it was just like, why did they have to end it? And I love this bit. Fool! Ha! Yeah! Regina and her kick-ass moves. Dr. Kirk definitely didn't expect that to happen. I love that. I love that scene. That's my most favourite scene in this game. Just, fool! I don't think so.
Good. I'll pick you up ASAP.
Beware of Regina's kick-ass high kick. Okay, right. So obviously the T-Rex is following Rick, and by the way, this is the very last part of the game. And if you, I don't know why they give you a plug there. That doesn't really make any sense, because there's literally no boxes in this room. That's very odd. But as you can tell, the T-Rex is following Rick. So obviously, you know what we've got to do next, viewers. Yeah, we got to battle the beast. Battle the beast of the deep. Dun dun dun. Actually, that makes no sense, because when you say deep, you're basically referring to the ocean. So yeah, that was a bit of a fail, but okay. Anyway, Yeah, I don't know why they give you a plug there. And sometimes when I'm playing this, I end up with some fiery bullets, fiery grenade rounds. I don't know how you get them. I don't know if they do extra damage, but
We gotta move fast.
Let's go.
yeah, I don't know how he hasn't eaten you yet, because look how slow you are walking. Oh no, he's alive again. Dun dun dun. This T-Rex, seriously, this T-Rex doesn't die. You just can't kill this dude. He is super powerful. He is the Mega T-Rex. So this is the secret ending I haven't already mentioned. And it's the ending I prefer because everyone lives and Dr. Kirk is captured. I don't really like the other two endings because either Dr. Kirk escapes or Gail dies, and even though Gail is a major arse, I don't want him to die, and I don't want Dr. Kirk to escape either. So obviously this is the final boss. This is the moment you finally get to take out the T-Rex, or you get to fight him at least. And it doesn't really last that long either. But I don't have a problem with that because he's not fun to fight. He can one kill you. He can one hit you. Literally, if he eats you, he kills you. After 3 bullets though, he obviously grenade launcher only has 3 bullets. After 3 bullets, you get to reload and he pulls back. And after 6 shots, if you time them well, you go into this cutscene. When I was younger and I played this game, I failed at doing that because I shot too fast. You can't just spam 3 bullets, reload, and spam another 3, because after 3 bullets, if you spam them, he will eat you, and that's an instant death. That's an insta death. So yeah, that sucks. And then we get the CGI scene, the last scene, the special ending. And we're in the helicopter, and I think it's funny how how the underground helicopter has a nuke strapped to the bottom of it. What are the chances? It's very coincidental. And I think for the time, the graphics were really good. I guess it reminds me of like Final Fantasy VII CGI cutscene graphics. I haven't actually played the game, but I've seen a few cutscenes of the CGI ones. But yeah, he does not give up at all. He is determined to eat them. And I'm not entirely sure. I don't think a real T-Rex would do that. Obviously, it's a plot device, but you know, it's a little bit unrealistic. Capcom. Best line in the game. I'm gonna Blastfried that Dino, Dodo. And kaboom! And I swear that sound is used in one of the Final Fantasy games. It's like one of the special moves. There we go, we've got Gail, we've got Dr. Kirk, Regina and Rick, and we're all safe, and it's a very Jurassic Park ending with the helicopter going off into the sunset. All we need now is the birds to fly in next to it. I actually think that... oh no, it doesn't have to be Dino Crisis 2, does it? There's definitely a dinosaur game where that happens though. They fly off into the sunset, and there's birds flying with them. And I love this credit music. This credit music's really cool. I don't know if it's specific credit music or they're just reusing the game music, and I like how they sort of show you scenes from the game while they're showing the credits. I do like that. Thinking of credits, it reminds me of the ending of Lightning Returns, and seriously, I cannot wait to do that rant video because it irritates me to the core how idiotic and irritating that ending is. But I won't go into it anymore until I actually do the rant. I have to save that for the rant. And there's Tom. Poor Tom. Poor Tommy boy. Killed by a raptor. Even though technically he should have really killed him. And there's the chief getting eaten. I'm pretty sure that chief, he was head of the whole research facility. So they could have made him a little bit more of a main character and had him die off a little bit later in the game. But the problem with, obviously this game isn't really... I guess that character development isn't super important in this game, but it would have been nice to have a bit of character development. I'm hoping, because I'm pretty sure there's plans to either remake this or do another Dino Crisis game. I'd like them to remake this, but obviously flesh it out 10 times more, make it longer and make it more puzzly and such, and make it much more scary, which I think... before I talk, that's the boat scene. The T-Rex can swim, and that's quite funny. And I think that's either way. If you choose Rick or Gail's way, the boat is the only other way of escaping the island other than the helicopter. There isn't another scene. So if you choose Gail or Rick's way and go with either of them, you'll end up on the helicopter. And there's Regina, our hero, our workhorse, the bitch that did everything. Pardon my language. Yeah, that's the scene where he comes into the boatyard. Just because I haven't seen that scene anywhere else. And Shinji Mikami, thank you. Thank you for making a great game, sir. Thank you. Presented by Capcom. And now we get a short little ending piece, epilogue, I guess. Thinking about Lightning Returns epilogue. Stop it, Nix. Stop it. And it's sort of just concluding what's happened. The final report of Operation Dr. Kirk. Agent name Regina. This is a good computer voice. Dr. Kirk.
Status.
Recaptured.
We have recaptured Dr. Kirk, who is currently negotiating.
See that this is what makes me laugh. This guy 3 years ago killed a bunch of people and destroyed a very expensive military government research facility, and then he does it again. Basically, he kills off all these people, and the government are like, "Yeah, okay, so come on, let's get on this third energy stuff again. You've only murdered a bunch of people, but that's fine." Yeah, I just find that hilarious that he doesn't like have to pay for what's happened, because technically he murdered a lot of people in that game, like especially the guy in the gas room, but deceased. And I think it's interesting how she calls it a giant reptile, as if like the government won't believe that they were dinosaurs, like as if they don't have any proof of what was happening, so they kept it all hush hush, which is interesting because in the although I think it works, because on the second one I don't think they, at least in the first, in Dino Crisis 2 in the opening cutscenes, I don't think they expect there to be dinosaurs. So we had to use 3 continues, and we cleared it in 2 hours 19 minutes, which is not as quick as my 2 hours 2 minutes, but I'm quite happy with that. We saved 6 times, we've got one of the 3 endings. Now I got it wrong, you don't have to complete this game under 3 hours to get the unlimited grenade launcher. You have to complete 3 different endings to unlock it. You have to do every ending. But what we do unlock now that we have completed the game is we unlock 2 costumes. One's a military one, and one's like a futuristic one as well. Like you have like army shorts in one of them, and then you have like a futuristic battle suit. And this is obviously hinting towards Dino Crisis 2. And there's one last suit which I believe you get after doing all 3 endings, which is like a barbarian suit, and like your shotgun is a fish. There's like a giant fish, and so's your grenade launcher. I think your grenade launcher is a bone actually. And we also unlock the special mission Extinction Agenda, which is basically you just go around shooting as many dinosaurs as possible, which is a nice little mini game, but I don't really like it. And there you go, there's the 2 costumes. So obviously we got the highly sexualized, typical of Japan, you know, eye candy. For the fans, we've got the sexy army suit, and then we've got the battle suit. I'm just going to save, and that's it, guys. This is literally my first playthrough I've completed. Yeah, I'm quite shocked. I know it's shocking, right? I've never actually completed a game on my YouTube channel before, so oh my god, it's an achievement, people. We should celebrate. We should bring out candy. As you can see there on the save file, it's got like the little suit and such. But yeah, that was Dino Crisis. I hope you guys enjoyed this playthrough. Those of you who have watched it, and thank you for those who did watch the stream. I'm not entirely sure if anyone watched it or not because I can never check, but thank you if you did, and thank you for watching all of the YouTube videos of this playthrough. I haven't quite decided yet what the next game will be that I will play through, but my next video after this should be the Lightning Returns rant, because I do want to get that one out there. The game doesn't actually come out till February 4th, but I've already spoiled it for myself. Watching some of the Japanese videos that have already been uploaded away from YouTube, because all of the ones on YouTube have been taken down like instantly. But yes, I guess I'll leave the next game that I will do a playthrough of as a surprise. So thank you to everyone who's watched me do this playthrough. I do like comments. I know that not a lot of peeps like to comment, but I do appreciate when you do comment. And I'd like to thank you for commenting, all the people that have. I'd like to know if the length of these videos is good length, or you'd prefer them to be shorter. If you do would like to comment, otherwise I'll just experiment and do shorter episodes and see if they get more views or not. I'm not looking for more views, but I'm looking for convenience for the viewers, you viewers. You know, if it's easier to watch shorter videos, if you haven't got a lot of time to watch a long one, or if you prefer to sit there and have a good session, half an hour session watching through a full video. But I shall leave it at that now. Thank you for watching, and thank you for commenting, such and such. And yeah, take care everyone, and have a very good Christmas and a Merry Christmas. I'm probably will upload a video before Christmas anyway, but I'd like to say it now. So until next time, this is Nix saying goodbye everybody.